Anybody in the house? Not one person. Well, regardless, let me get some training in. What to do, what to do. Yo, Asian in Africa. Yeah, I decided, you know what, I'm so close to 6,000 subscribers. My wife is taking a nap. It's lunch break. I got a little bit of time. Thought I'd get after it. God, I don't know why, ever since YouTube started, they flipped my screen on me, so everything's backwards. I don't know how to fix it. Yeah. I am completely under the weather. I'm stuffed up. I've got a cold. I don't give a shit. I'm going to train anyways. It's freezing in this garage. You know, I live in Las Vegas. We have a mecca of fitness. Jay Cutler's got a gym. They got the Dragon's Lair. They had Iron Addicts, which I used to go to. Even Las Vegas Athletic Club, the Globo gym, has like every machine you could possibly want. It's like literally a mecca of fitness, and on any given day you could find tons of famous people training at these places. And I just prefer my garage, man, because I don't have to wait for anything, and I get to talk to you guys. I wouldn't train if I'm sick, but I don't know how bad it is for you. Well, I have to work. I got, you know what I mean? I can't, my wife had surgery, so she's laid up right now, and I just don't have the option. Oh, it's cold. Woo! I don't know if I'm ready for this yet. Oh, I feel like I shouldn't have taken that off yet. I'm going to lay on that bench and it's going to be freezing. You know what? I think I'll go with close grip today. The cool thing about close grip, everybody asks me, what's your number one tricep exercise? Heavy close grip bench press, because triceps respond to heavy weight. So why not use the movement where you can put the most weight on it? Message held for review. Look at them titties. Why did it hold that? Sorry, Enrico. YouTube probably didn't like the word titties. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. Nico, you're definitely not the world's strongest Marine. Okay, so Powerlifter. Find me the Marine that's got a higher dot score than me. Mine's 5'10". And I'm 50 years old, so there's an age modifier if I use the McCulloch score. If you can find me the Marine that's got a higher dot score, or even can beat my total in competition, which I think is 1650. I'm doing like 1700 in the gym right now. Show him to me. Show who is he? Where's he at? Because I scour the records and I haven't found him yet. Do a Google search. Do it. I've done it already. Find me him. Show me who's stronger than me. I want to see his competition scores, and he needs to have a higher dot score than me. It's pretty simple. I'm a competitive powerlifter, and I believe that right now, pound for pound, I'm the strongest Marine competing. And it's an open invitation. If there is somebody that is stronger than me, I want to meet them. My shit's on record. You can look my stuff up. I was ranked number 1 in the world last year for age 50, 220 weight class. I placed silver at IPL Worlds 2 years in a row. I didn't compete in 2024 because it was overseas and I couldn't afford to go to Europe. But I still got on record. Hey, baby. I am. You need anything? Let's see here. I didn't understand any of those words. Yeah. So the IPL is the International Powerlifting League. I compete in the USPA, which is the United States Powerlifting Association. I hold the Nevada state records in 2 weight classes. I was ranked number 1 in all federations last year for age 50, weight class 220 raw. So I don't compete I don't compete equipped, which is like a bench shirt or a suit. And I finished number 1 in all federations. For 49, because I turned 50 in July, so I actually did compete early in the year at the age of 44 to 49. And I think I finished like 4th overall for that age group. So I actually had 2 different rankings. But now that I'm 50, it's all new records, all new everything. And all weight classes, so all weight classes total, I think I finished 13th. Can you tell me your cycle, Frank? Yeah, right now I'm actually cruising. I'm on 200 milligrams of test and 100 milligrams of DHB weekly. If you haven't heard about it, please research it. Something is going on and it's not good. Weird fog is actually trending. You know, I'm actually kind of agreeing with you, man. It's kind of weird out there. Like it's like the air's different. It's harder to breathe. I'm congested. You see, I got a nasal strip on. I can barely breathe. There's just something, the air quality's crap. And we live in the desert, so when the wind picks up, it really dusts everybody out and it makes it like if you have asthma or any kind of breathing condition, it really hammers the crap out of you. And like you just get all clogged up and you're blowing snot. It kind of sucks. But there's just some weird, I don't know, it's just very strange out there today. Are you the guy that eats whole crayon box? Hell yeah, what's up, Zyro? I got someone challenging my world's strongest Marine claim. They're telling me to do a Google search. Like, you do one, motherfucker. Nobody's produced a name yet. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek claim anyways. Like, in all honesty, I'm sure there is some Marine out there that's stronger than me. But I'd love to meet him. Like, there's got to be some jarhead. See, I'm also gaming the system because I served in the Marine Corps, so I know active duty Marines don't have time to train like this. You know what I mean? Like, they're busy doing shit. There was recently a video where the strength cartel, those clowns, did a weightlifting competition with service members, and it was Marines, and they did a deadlift, and the one of the Marines worked up to like 630 pounds on the deadlift, and I would say he was in his 20s, and he probably weighed like 190, 195. Pretty big, stocky kid. Well, like 630 is not even warm up weight for me, you know. Like I did 710 for a double like a week ago, and I'm 25 years older than him. Yeah, it's like, so I got that guy beat. Huge ass, what an awesome name. Dimitri, big boy. Hey guys, I'm almost to 6,000 subscribers, which baffles me. I have no idea why people even enjoy watching this dumbass in his garage training. But I have a lot of fun in the live streams, and I enjoy talking to you guys. And apparently you like talking to me too. Subscribe, stick around. I'm going to be training to compete in March. I'm starting what's called the Candido 6-week. It's like a little boot camp. I don't know if you guys know who John Candido is. He's another elite level powerlifter. He competes in the IPF. He's a natural lifter, and he's got a really awesome 6-week powerlifting program that'll really kick the shit out of you. It's designed to do like a smash and grab. TGR, what's up? It's a very brutal 6-week program, but I guarantee you if you follow it, and you can go to his website and download it for free. It's a spreadsheet. It'll open up in Excel. You put your weights in there and your body weight and all that stuff, and it will literally program 6 weeks for you. It's pretty badass. I don't recommend running it that often. It's maybe good for once a year. Emeretta Robinson. So Candido's an actual person. Yes, his name's John Candido. He's an elite powerlifter. I think he plays silver in IPF Worlds and in the open division, which is really incredible. I think he weighs like he's somewhere around 170, 180. Got to get to work. Where are you working at, Zyro? Amaretta, it's good to hear from you again. We haven't talked in a while. I've been trying to answer your comments, but I've been lagging because I've been sick the last couple of days. All right. I'm doing close grip bench. I like to use the football bar because it's a little bit safer on the shoulders and it hits the triceps really nicely. Man, I am stuffed up. So where's everybody from? How's everyone doing? Oh, I missed a comment. Iuna, Aiyana. Are you on juice? Well, yeah. I mean, technically. It's kind of a slow stream today. Offset glycogen, I'm pretty sure Asian. Dimitri, big boy. Uh, XO Achieve, what's up? How you doing? Emerita, I just learned this past weekend that Frank Zane said someone named Irvin Zabo had great abs. So I've Googled him because Frank Zane wouldn't just. Frank Zane was the GOAT. Dog Woman 55, Illinois. That's my home state. Oh shit, it's. I need glasses. Oh shit, it's Bobo. Would you recommend steroids for a skinny boy like me? No. Let me check your profile out. Go to channel. You got any pictures of you? No, you're way too young to be messing around with that shit. Put on some weight naturally. I'm 50. You know what I mean? Like I was natural till I was 45, 40, almost 46 years old. Lavesh, what's up, man? Joshua Wilson, thanks for sharing your workouts with us. You're an inspiration of us for those trying to get back in the gym. Hell yeah. No, I don't recommend steroids. I'm not an advocate for steroids. I'm an advocate for doing what's right for you. If you so choose to go down that road, I'm not for or against it. All I will say is that they will kill you and you will permanently change yourself, mess your endocrine system up, and you're too young. Don't mess with it. Wait till you're old and washed up and no one gives a crap about you anymore. Jake Leaning, I just farted. Thanks for sharing, brother. Dimitri, Sam Sulik says start early. You know, hey, you gotta see, but here's the thing, Sam is definitely a driven. Like, do you think you have what it takes to be the next Sam Sulik? And if you did, would you want to be? Thanks, Unc, all the way from South Africa. What's up? I can't do your accent. Is it South Africa? South Africa. You guys have a cool accent. Frank Zane's still alive. We still have him. Yeah, he's a national treasure. Same with Lou Ferrigno. Lou and Frank both use steroids very heavily. But, you know, like, what did they have back then? It was Dianabol was like pretty much the main go-to, and it was an oral steroid. That and testosterone was pretty. There was a couple other things, but I think that right around their time of I would say that was not the golden age of bodybuilding. They were still trying to figure things out, so it was the wild. It wasn't even illegal when they started. Let me see. Do you agree on the U.S. ban on TikTok, Mega Doge? I can't stand TikTok, but I'm not against, or I'm totally against the United States government telling you what you can or can't do with your life. So if you want TikTok, you can have TikTok. Now, if they took the time and explained what it is about TikTok that's dangerous, instead of just condemning the app right out, maybe people would understand what the problem is. The problem is, if you look at the terms of service on apps like TikTok, Temu, you're essentially, when you install these apps and you hit agree, you're agreeing to give that app access to your device and any device that device connects to, whether it's a printer or your network or your cloud or your work computer or your server. And if you read the language, it's also given that access to everything that connects to. So the thought is that they can use those apps, the CCP, to pretty much steal data, which is what China's been doing for decades. And you're literally giving that app permission to just invade your privacy. And there's no option to turn it off. You can't install the app without that feature. So if more people knew about that, but still, it's your device, you consent, I'm just against the government banning anything. I don't think it's their place. Uh, Let me see how I missed some comments. That's a football bar or a Swiss bar. Uh, are you sure they used amaretto? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no, they weren't natural. I don't think they used a lot though. Christina Remington. Hey baby, hell yeah. I don't have a moderator, so I'm glad you're here. My wife's in the chat. Would you step what would step to help a person that isn't an active person or a gym person to help get better in the gym? You know, you just gotta honestly, you just gotta force yourself to go. Um, Getting to the gym is half the issue. Like most days, I don't want to work out. I just don't want to do it. Now it does help that I have the equipment in the garage, but there's been many times where I come out, look in the garage, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that shit. You got to force yourself to do it. Uh, I establish a rule, make a rule for 90 days. You're not going to go more than 3 days without missing a workout. If you could make that promise to yourself, and you could dedicate, at the very least, going to the gym no more than 3 days. 3 days off. That'll help start cultivating the habit. It takes about 90 days to establish a habit. Can't stand Greg Doucette anymore. Uh, no, Mike Israetel doesn't promote steroids. He's like me. Greg Doucette is turned into a snake oil salesman, and all he is peddling his shitty products. There's no studies on testosterone, and there's nothing to suggest that it has anywhere near the efficacy that he's saying it does. Greg Doucette is someone that got where he is because of the use of anabolics, and then he did what we call pulling the ladder up behind you. So now that he's just on testosterone replacement therapy, he's now pulled the ladder up, so people following in his footsteps, he's now demonizing those people for doing the same thing he did to get the same level of success he had. And now he's basically turned into a sanctimonious prig. Do you eat lobster? I can I do when I can afford it. John Reese, permission, which is every app, Facebook, etc. No, not to the level that TikTok. If you go ahead and scour do it. If you have TikTok on your phone, go read the permissions. Facebook, you're not giving apps. You can't give like Facebook permission to access networks outside of your device. You can consent to give Facebook access to your device, but you're not giving it permission to hook up to your network and connect to computers that are on the network, and you certainly not giving it permission to access those machines and all the data that they have. Now TikTok's really like it's pretty slick what they did. Now I know when they went before Congress, and they had that big to do. They might have changed that since then, so I haven't revisited it. But that was initially the issue, and that's exactly what they were talking about. Joe Rogan had a 3-hour episode on it where they literally read the terms of service and they compared it to other apps like X and Facebook and Twitter. Well, Twitter is X, but you know what I mean? Basically, anytime that an app is free, you're the product. So how is Facebook making money? Advertisements and your data. But TikTok, you have to remember that everything that China produces is beholden to their government. And whether their government wants the data or not, they can at any time usurp those companies and just demand everything they have. And those companies have to cough it up. It's like, I'm a patriot, so I want to protect our country, but I also believe in individual freedom and liberty, so who am I to say you can or can't have something? I personally won't have it on my phone. Let me see here. What's the staph on your nose? It's just a nasal strip. You guys never seen breathing strips? Thoughts on Wes Watson, Dimitri? He's a fucking clown. Come on, man. I'm 5 years older than that guy, and he like I couldn't even imagine. I have never met a more infantile egomaniac. I mean, like when you get to be my age, you're supposed to pride yourself on conflict resolution skills. Like you're not challenging people you disagree with to fist fights at your gym. It's like if anything, we use our words. He's very materialistic, and he tries to sell people on an image that he doesn't even own. He doesn't own his house. He doesn't own his cars. He doesn't. I think he probably rents his wife. Everything about him's fake, and his entire income strategy is nothing but a pyramid scheme. You pay him thousands of dollars, and he will life coach you on how to get rich. But basically, the only way you make money is to recruit other people, and it's like a pyramid scheme. You're paying for nothing. Most of us, if you like, for you, you're gonna pay $1,000 for a training program from a guy that has a terrible physique and is on a bunch of drugs. You can say, well, you're not natural. No, but if you look at someone like Wes Watson, you could see he looks like a lobster. His skin has that trend look to it. He's got his veins that are popping out, and that's literally from high blood pressure. He's constantly amped, yelling and screaming about everything. He's completely materialistic. Like all he cares about is his image and money. And if you don't like the things he likes, then you're a loser. What do you say? Like men like me are losers because we like video games. We play Dungeons and Dragons. I paint Warhammer figurines. I do all this stuff that he disparages me for. And I can promise you that I am way, way, way stronger than Wes Watson will ever be. I was watching him barely be able to row 315 pounds in that strength cartel video, and he was just throwing the weight around, and he had to use straps. And I'm thinking, like, that's all you got? He sets up his camera so it makes his arm look really big, and you can see his chest, right? And he talks about men having 10-inch arms and tits, but you could see he's growing gynecomastia. If you look at go pull up a Wes Watson video and look at his chest. His nipples point out. He's literally growing tits because of all the drugs he's on. No, he's a little. Wes is a clown. All those guys are clowns. Yeah. No strip like what football players wear. Yes. Baron, what's up, man? Amretta, you're a gem. I really appreciate you. Eric, so you're Gen X. You're in the same generation as Elon Musk. Yeah, I think he's, how old is Elon? I might have a year or two on him. Evelyn Allen P. Hi, what's up? Uh-oh, I got some comments here. I thought you were talking about Andrew Tate, Death 108. Yeah, it could have been. What is my MOS? Rudy K. I was an 0844, Field Artillery Fire Direction Controlman. Talk about Cali Muscle. Oh, for Cali Muscle, 4 years. Screamed he was natural. Ramen noodles. Yeah, okay. And then what happens? He gets a heart condition because he's taking, like, he even said that he didn't even know what he was taking. He was just taking a bunch of everything. And you could just tell because not only did he not look natural, there was not one single part of his body that could be considered natural. Like his entire body was grotesque. He used to come to the gym I worked out at, Iron Addicts, him and, what's that guy? It's still your set, yo, that guy. He said that guy's really cool. And they would do curling competitions, and he would take 315 pounds and curl it. And the fact he can move it was impressive. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you try to load up 315 and see if you can. That's a lot of weight. I'm very impressive. But now he's telling people that he never claimed to be natural. Like he wasn't lying. He was always truthful. Yeah, right. And now he's doing the same thing. If you go on and you look at Cali Muscle's streams, everything that he's posting recently is him basically begging people to sign up for his stupid program where he's going to teach you how to become a social media influencer because he's got 3 million subscribers, even though he gets less views than I do. And I'm just some schmuck lifting in his garage. It's like, we give you that shit for free. You want to learn how to work out? It's like, go to a gym and just talk to one of us. You know what I mean? Like, I would never charge somebody for a freaking lifting program that I didn't even come up with. uh, Smelling salts on standby. Uh, Sunny D. Who's got decent opinions? Let me see here. Dungeon Master. Is this a good workout? Split, push, pull, rest, upper, lower, upper, rest. Wait a minute here. Let me think about this. You're making me use my brains. So, split, push, pull, rest. So you're doing push and pull in one superset, like back. You're doing push and pull in one workout. Upper, lower, upper, rest. I want to train legs only once. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, Dungeon Master. Like, don't overcomplicate it. All it is, it's about progressive overload. You can train. The reason why we do splits is for recovery. Say you do squats and you max out. I'm going to do an AMRAP. I'm going to load up 500 pounds on the barbell and I'm just going to squat to failure, 10 reps. Well, it's going to take me about 7 days to recover from that. So it wouldn't make sense to train legs again within that 7 days. So we're going to go to upper body on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I'm going to do deadlifts. That's just what a typical week would look like. Squat, bench, deadlift. Now I'm a power lifter, so I center my workouts around those 3 lifts. I do a total of 5 lifts. Generally, I do squat, bench, deadlift, barbell rows, overhead press, and then we could say weighted dips and pull-ups in there too. And that's pretty much it. I'm doing a variation of one of those lifts. It's really about progressive overload. You can pretty much lift those in any combination you want, as long as you're doing something more. Something has to progress, either the weight or the reps, or usually both in tandem. Now, once you hit a plateau, that's linear progression. Every week you're going to add weight until you can't. You're going to eventually hit a plateau. Then you got to do what's kind of called periodization. And when you get to that advanced stage where you just can't put more weight on the bar, you got to sort of periodize, which means rotating rep ranges. And that's sort of like Wendler 531 or Westside Barbells Conjugate System. That's where you get complicated. But I would say for most lifters, just start basic. Just start with like the starting strength 5x5. Do those 5 lifts and do linear progression until you hit a plateau, and then move to it a little bit more of an intermediate program. It's going to take you about 6 months to get there. Jay Cutler humbled Sam Sulik. Oh, I imagine. Jay Cutler's legitimately strong. Let me see here. Did everyone know all those big guys are using juice? Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. How do I get big shoulders like you? I do bench press, overhead press, and behind the neck overhead press. It's called a Hansen press. I do those 3 lifts. Weighted dips. Lots of bench press. Dude is on roids. You want to look like him, do roids. Rob Noxious. Working out like high school. LOLOLOL. Well, I guess you could, if you want to look like me when I was natural, when I was about 45, started test when I was 46. You can go on my video playlist and just see what I looked like back. And when the first videos I posted, if I'd say for the first 6 months, I was a natural lifter. So you could kind of compare physiques and see what I looked like then and what I look like now. And I don't know, they accused me of being on steroids when I was natural, so now I actually am. So I'd be offended if someone said I look natural, to be honest with you. See, the only thing is, though, like Rob Noxious is like, I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, like you guys talk to me as if I'm doing something wrong, and I don't believe that it is. Let's see, message held for review. Let's see, who's this? He's gay, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay. All right. Thanks for catching that. Richard. Let's see, what can I do to get those traps? I do a lot of deadlifts. Deadlifts and dead rows. So a dead row is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna pull your knee like a deadlift and then row it. I do that specifically for a bigger deadlift, but it really does hit the traps nicely. Conrad Kurz, hell yeah. The Night Hunter. Let's see. He was natural look first and looks similar to now. Yeah, I mean, I was the same weight. I was 220 then, I'm 220 now, but I would say that when I was natty, my body fat percentage was probably around 20%, and now it's like around 11 or 12. So that's how much of a recomposition I did. Logan Miller, you're weak. Yeah, I agree. That's why we're training, brother. Are weighted dips safe since many people warn they are not? Well, Dungeon Master, here's the thing. You got to work into them. Like, you know, the problem is people see someone, like, say, doing weighted dips, and you see the guy in the gym, he's got 4 plates around his waist, and he's going hard. And they're like, man, I'm going to do that. And you know, they'll start with a plate or two. Next thing you know, they blow their shoulder out, and it's like, time out. Start light. Anytime you're going to work in a compromised position, because I firmly believe that everybody should be doing full range of motion, which means stretching the muscles out. That's where you're going to get the most growth. But you're now in a compromised position. This is where your shoulders are the weakest and you're most liable to injure yourself. So what do? Start light and work your way up. Now, if you start light in a compromised position and you work your way up, you will bulletproof yourself and you will be more resilient to injury. But that's usually what happens is guys see someone doing something, they go do it, they do too much weight, they wind up hurting themselves. I've done it myself. You are not 11% body fat. Stop it. Yeah, I would say so. Let me see. Yeah, I think so. Right around there. Maybe 12 at the most. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, yeah, I would stand by that. I would say I'm about, yeah. I might even be less than that. I might be like 10. You could see the little bumps. If I'm higher than 11%, where is it? And when I went to EOS Fitness, we stood on that little scale thing. It's got the little metal pads, and you put your hand on the sensors. That thing is what told me I was 11% body fat. Now, I don't know how accurate that thing is, but that's the only time I've measured it, so. No, I'm not anywhere near 18%, moron. The hell out of here. You're an idiot. I literally 18%. Get out of here, dude. You weren't able to see your abs until 8%? You're not getting measured right. You should be able to see your abs at 15%. You're right? You should be able to see your abs at 20%, dude. 12% body fat because I'm a teen. Oh no, see, but here's the thing. I don't care. I'm a power lifter. I'm not a bodybuilder. So like for me to go get tested, like why? Why would I? Who gives a shit? Like all I need to do is weigh in. I need to be under 220 pounds on game day. That's the only thing that matters. If I happen to be lean or I happen to be fat, it's irrelevant because I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't give a shit. Like somebody told me, they're like, "Hey, your rear delts need some work," and I'm like, "For what?" Like, what? Does that help me press more? No, that's a pulling muscle. Like, what do I need to work on my rear delts? uh, what's your deadlift PR? I hit 710 on the trap bar last week for a double. So I'd imagine that puts my deadlift somewhere around 685, 690. And last year I got 670 in competition, so that tracks right. How do you get rid of gyno? If you have it, you depends on what stage you're in. I know some people, they just stopped taking whatever they're taking and it went away. But if it gets established, you got to get surgery. You have to have the glands removed. What is your nose? No, this is a breathing strip, and I'm stuffed up. I've got a head cold. I feel like shit, and this is just helping me breathe a little better. I'm bulking right now. I need to work on my strength. If you're bulking, that's the best time to be getting after it. Emerita, I've never looked at Shemar Moore and wondered how much his body fat percentage is, but I don't think you have to be in single digits to have visible abs. No, absolutely not. No, you should have visible abs like under 20%. Do you do martial arts now? I've got a few questions. For the last 6 months, I was training orthodox boxing, and we just started Muay Thai. So I've been doing that about a week. Prior to that, I was a kickboxer, and then way back in the day, I did taekwondo and kendo. But we're talking like, that was like 20 years ago. Uh, Measure your waist, Death 108. Measure your waist and subtract by your neck size. That's how you meant to find body fat. And I meant 8. Oh, yeah, 8%. You should be super shredded. Uh, my waist right now is 32 inches. I got something in my eye. So, I don't know what my neck is. You look like the Undertaker. No, I didn't say I could deadlift 700 conventional. I said that I'd hit 710 for a double on the trap bar, which puts my conventional right around 690. And I had 670 in competition, which was last September, so that tracks about right. I think I put about 20 pounds on that lift since then. And I'm willing to bet money I get 700 in competition in March. I bet I'm going to do it finally. Yeah, baby. 50 years old. Can you imagine? That's what I'm going to go for. Are you natty or clean? Natty or clean? Clean implies dirty, but isn't clean and natural the same thing? No, Rob's fine. I don't care. He can talk shit. I don't mind. I mean, he's just some random dude on the internet. It's not like I'm worried. I mean, my numbers are on record. You can go look them up. I hit 670 in competition, and I've been training my ass off. I know I put 20 pounds on my deadlift easily, probably more than that. And actually, I might do deadlift, if not tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, so we can find out. Damn, I got this fucking hair, man. It's bugging the shit out of me. Is it in my hat? Let's see you pull 6 right now. No, I'm not doing deadlifts today. You could just go look at my videos. What the other day I hit, what else I did? A set of 545 for 10? And you do the math on that. Mm, we will be. Dude, I have the videos. Go look at my playlists. Like literally, go look at my playlist. I have competition video. I mean, you can go look my numbers up. You can go to openpowerlifting.org, literally type my name in, and it'll pull up my competition numbers, and you go look. You know what I mean? I'm a calisthenics guy, but I want to include weights too in my workout. But I'm confused if I should use dumbbells or do weighted body weight instead. Wait a minute. Let me see if I understand this correctly. I'm a calisthenics guy, but I want to include weights in my workout. I'm too confused if I should use dumbbells or do weighted body weight. Weighted body weight instead. Oh, are you talking about putting a weight vest on and then doing pull-ups? I would rather, that's what I would do. I think bicep curls are fine, but it's kind of a waste of time. I think you're going to get more out of doing weighted pull-ups than you are going to get out of bicep curls. I don't really do curls. I don't know. I'm not a bodybuilder, but I rarely ever do curls. If I do, it's just because I'm bored and I have a day off and I don't want to do anything. uh, how often do you work out? I'm usually doing something every day. I only train seriously though about 3 times a week, like heavy. Uh, Rob's just a hater. Oh, that's fine. I mean, you know, I hope he sticks around. Rob's cool. I can't imagine like he's trying so hard to disparage me, and it's like what is he gonna say? No, you didn't do it. I have proof. Like you just go watch the video. Like I don't really need to. I don't need to like even defend myself. You can just go look my shit up. Porno, artificially flavored. Just asking me if I'm natural or not. That's right. Thanks, baby. Do you have tips for me to get deeper squats? Yes, I'm sure I do, but I would want to know like where are you having issues and what is causing those issues? Like, is it ankle mobility? Is it knee problems? Do you have back issues? Like, what's preventing you from getting into a deep squat? And then from there, I'd want to diagnose you. I'd want to see you lift. I'm a lifting coach, so the first thing I'd want to do is I'd want to see you lift from the side so I could see your barbell and see what path your barbell's taking. And then from there, we can look at your moment arm and your leverages and determine whether the bar needs to go higher or lower on your back, whether you're hip dominant, whether you're knee dominant, whether you're split the difference. I would want to know femur length. I mean, I got to see your leverages. And then from there, we can look at like ankle mobility, which is number one. Most people's issue with getting a deep squat is ankle mobility, followed second by knee. And then there's people that have a lot like back issues. Like 40% of men over the age of 40, so 4 in 10 have a grade 1 in their L5 from sitting. Just sitting. It's a very common back issue, and that is an issue for a lot of guys. So, if, you know what I mean? Like, I want to diagnose why you can't get deep to begin with, and then from there, we can talk about how to get you there. And if you need some individual coaching and help with that, you can hit me up on Instagram, and I can help you out with that. Richard, Gen X Power is just a chill guy. I try to be. I don't take myself too seriously. Like, okay, I had one lift where I said, what did I say? I hit like it was like a number. I rounded up. Oh yeah, it was like the first time I broke 600 in competition. It was kilos, so I said it was like 602, and then the guy that went online and pulled it up, and it was 600.08, so it was closer to 601. And he called me out and said, "You're a liar. You're a liar. You didn't hit 602 or whatever." I said 605. That's what I said, 605. because I couldn't do the kilo math in my head. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, really? You're going to be that pedantic that you're going to argue over like 2 or 3 pounds when I finally, for the first time in my weight class in my age group, broke 600. You're going to shit all over me because my kilo math wasn't 100% accurate. And I've underestimated lifts too. I've said I lifted less than I actually did, and I actually lifted more. So it's like when we compete, we do kilograms. So sometimes I'm off by like weights are never even. It'll be like instead of a 390-pound bench, it's like 385.56 or something like that. Or instead of a 670 deadlift, it's like 672.1, or you know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna round to the closest number, and if I'm off by a pound or two, sue me. But generally speaking, like all my lifts are on record. You could go, you can just pull my name up, and it'll show you all the competitions I've done in the last 10 years. It'll show you where I placed in those competitions. It'll show you everything. You can pull up and it'll show you where I rank against other people in my weight class and age group. It'll show you where I rank against everybody in the open division. It'll show you where I rank against everybody in all weight classes. I think for 2024, I finished one in the world for 220, 50 to 54. And then I finished 13th in the world for 50 and older, all weight classes. And I think for 44 to 49, I finished like 4th or 5th. So I was ranked pretty high up there. And then I got the state records in Nevada for 2 weight classes across the board. Yeah, I'm doing all right, I guess, for my age. I'm decent. Honestly, though, compared to like the open division lifters, I'm not even strong. Like the guys in my weight class that are younger, like in the open division, like who would be like, what is it, John Hack? He's got what, a 2,400-pound total? That's like, let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 800 pounds more than me. Like, who can compete with that? No, I think he had like a 2,200-pound total. But regardless, I mean, like, the younger guys are doing like hundreds of pounds more. We don't know what that is, David. We're American brothers. Zyro's Garden. Can you build muscle for MMA, but oxygen storage and muscle endurance are also important for MMA? Well, you're going to do well at what you train at. You can't serve 2 masters. So right now I'm training to be a powerlifter, but I also go to Muay Thai 3 nights a week. What I would really need to do if I was going to really dig in and compete at Muay Thai, I probably need to lose about 20 pounds, and I would really need to focus on just training that. I'll get better at Muay Thai. I will learn the skills. I'll learn the kicks. I have the mobility. I stretch. I can do the splits. I can do all that stuff. But where I would get killed is if we did sparring, I'd probably gas out within 2 or 3 rounds. So if that's what you're referring to, yeah, endurance is a big part of it. Thank you, Mustafa. I appreciate it. This guy doesn't care about the comms. Mo Film. Ripper, do you think I have to train strength or volume? Oh, you're talking about, well, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are. You're a Trump guy. Who isn't? Huddy, you're small. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm adorable. How big are you? Let me see. Let's go to your channel. You're a round circle with an H in it. Okay, so you're either a bot or your opinion doesn't matter. I think that Huddy's probably a bot. I would just ignore it. What age did you really get into lifting? Heavy, I would say it was age of 40, so about 10, 11 years ago. Zyro, if you're going to troll, at least come up with something intelligent. Well, that's why I thought he was a bot, because it's not funny. If it's something funny, we'll engage. But hey, Marks, what's up, brother? How do you take your meds? Yeah, Christina's my wife. What's your background, like your ethnicity? Uh, well, I was adopted, so I'm not 100% certain, but according to my parents, I'm German, Irish, and Scandinavian, wherever the Vikings came from, the honky motherland. Cute little mousy mouse. Yep, that's me. I'm a little micro man. Have you met Brian Shaw? Yes. So all those guys are, the UFC is based out here in Vegas, and they all train out here, and it's awesome, dude. Vegas is a mecca for lifting. I'm telling you, they're all out here. They come to visit. Brian Shaw and Eddie Hall were training at the UFC training center. They eat at local restaurants out here. You can run into them. You know, you could just literally go to the UFC training center and you might run into them. All the gyms out here are UFC affiliate gyms. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. So if you go to any gym, like with any kind of accredited facility, like you got Syndicate, you got the one I go to, One Kicks, you had Artist Boxing. There's what's the rival fitness, the rival one. There's a bunch of them, but they all have professional fighters that train there. I guess the guys come out here because the UFC doesn't pay shit, right? Those guys just don't make money fighting. So a lot of them come out here, they move out here, and they either try to get sponsors, or they open their own gyms up, or they become affiliated with gyms. And to make money, they do training. So you can get trained by a professional fighter. It's pretty cool. YouTube India. You. Oh, thanks, babe. You're a bulky Viking. It's all the camera, dude. I'm really not that big. I'm 5'9" and I weigh 220 pounds, but it helps to have good lighting. uh, how much do you... Oh, man, that's so funny. I need glasses. I thought Mo film. I thought it said, how much do you weigh in dildos? Like, wow, that's a new measurement. He said in kilos. 220. That's 100 kilos. Nature's alarm clock. Dude, they're fucking going nuts. So we got two new silkies. The most adorable little chickens. The way they bounce around, they're just adorable. And we have one rooster who is lonely. He just stands by himself all day long and nobody plays with him. Well, he was kind of hunting around for him. So I let him in to where the silkies were. They're new chickens, so we have them set aside from the rest of the flock. And I was watching him. He goes in their nest area and he makes them a nest. And they came and followed him, and now they're hanging out with him. So they chose to be with him, as they're usually the other way around. A rooster just goes and rapes chickens. It's kind of brutal, to be honest with you. But they actually went to him. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, am I watching Chicken Love? This dude's making a house for him. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I'm just like, there you go, bro. You know, you were lonely. You couldn't get any other hens, and now you got two girls to yourself. Look at you go, brother. Well, now something funny happened. I hear these squawking, like loud. Everybody's going nuts in the backyard. It sounds like somebody let a dog loose. And I have 20 chickens, and they're going crazy. So I go back there to see what's up. And you got an old boy with his two little girlfriends, and he's squawking. And my two young roosters are standing at the gate screaming at him. And I was like, no shit, look at this. So now we're watching like reality TV, like The Bachelor or something, starring chickens. I'm like, look at this. I never really paid attention to like how roosters and hens, that what they do their thing. You got a rooster, you got a hen, he does his thing, they lay eggs, you have little chickens. But I never really like paid attention to their organization and how they interact with each other. And I got to see firsthand two hens pick a rooster and they're hanging out, and now two young roosters come up to steal his women, and he's finally standing up for himself. And I'm like, look at this shit. So it's drama playing out in real life. Jimmy, off from work today. No, I'm still on the clock. We have one job site going, and I pretty much I can come home and train. I just have to be available. A Marks, that's adorable. Uh, Canelos, who's weak? Let's see. Why can't I stop drinking soda? It's an addiction, brother. It is an addiction. Um, I would say you're having a pineapple soda right now. You got to start looking at soda like you're drinking a candy bar. There's so much sugar in soda, you're literally drinking Snickers bars. Now, can you switch to diet? Is that better? My wife would say that you're poisoning yourself if you switch to diet soda. Maybe you could switch to seltzer water. Find some kind of a replacement that's not as bad for you. Um, but if you're addicted to drinking soda, that's just bad. I mean, you got to think of it like you're literally pounding down candy bars. Uh, Bro's got the lower of my dad before I was born. uh, but you got a crying emoji. That makes me sad. Can you sing a song about cheesecake? Um, Bro's smashing all them jelly, bro. What's your current cycle, Matthew? I'm on right now. I'm cruising. I'm on 200 milligrams of test and 100 milligrams of DHB. And I'm probably gonna bump that up when I get closer to competition. I compete on March 15th, incidentally. Carbonated water, yeah. Um, Seltzer water is kind of gross to me, but I mean, if you can find any kind of replacement, I would even say diet soda is going to be better than pounding sugar down, but I don't know. Uh, Sugar isn't bad; it's energy. Now, okay, Rob Noxious, like we're gonna. I guess I should give you some credentials. My wife is she's going for an advanced microbiology degree over at UNLV. I have a background in chemistry. Both of us are educated in the STEM field, so we know how to like read and disseminate research papers like from PubMed stuff like that. So you can actually read real science publications, peer reviewed shit. But you don't need to be educated to know that there's an obesity epidemic in this country, and there's way higher percentage of people that are either pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, and it's an epidemic. It's literally an epidemic. It is like systemic to the point where it could be considered like like a pandemic level. Like people should just not be as sick as we are in this country, and it's because of the overconsumption of sugar. And if you really need this dumbass Marine training in his garage to tell you that eating too much sugar leads to insulin resistance and can fuck you up permanently, it's the weight gain, high blood pressure. Babe? What are the litany of downstream acute and chronic effects that overconsumption of sugar can give you? It rots your teeth out. It makes you insulin resistance. It messes up your gut biome. It's like it's just all bad. Have you tried oral trenbolone? I've never heard of that. No, I try to stay away from that stuff. There's hundreds of compounds that you can purchase and that have actual medical use to it, and trenbolone, unfortunately, like there's been they did research on the drug, but they've found no medical use for it. So there's no pharmacy that produces trenbolone, meaning you can only buy tren that's been produced by somebody, either like they got their shit from China and they're making it in their bathtub. You know what I mean? Like you can't get pharmacy grade tren, and it's got the highest amount of side effects. It's just totally bad for you. It's basically poisoning yourself. And there's a bunch of other stuff, other compounds that you can get that are maybe not quite as effective for overall strength, but they're not going to murder you and you're not going to kill you in 6 months. Or, turn you into a lobster, give you thick skin, you have roid rage, It messes up your endocrine system. It'll make your wee stop working. It's like it break out in zits and makes your skin oily. It's just like it's all bad, you know. Why would you do that to yourself? Have you tried Blue Rhino? I'm not sure what that is. Straight leg deadlifts for the kids today. No, I'll be doing that tomorrow, brother. Well, you know what? Maybe I will. Let me get my bench done, and I will actually do stiff leg deadlift. Just because you're here, you know what? I'm just going to leave 225 on there, and I'm going to go to failure. Da, 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 da. NFL Combine. Safeties. I kill myself. Shit. Phew. How many was that? All right. Now set up and do stiff leg deadlifts. That's a football bar. What do you mean it's not a real bench? It's training. Bar goes down, bar goes up. You work the muscles. What's not real about that? What are we doing? We're training to get stronger. You move it. You move the weight. The muscle gets tired. And then you could do more the next time. How many, what was that, 25 reps? How many kilograms is that? 225, that's like 105? No, let's see. 225 lbs 2 kg. 102.058. Can you do forehead push-ups? I don't even know what that is. Rob, you are obnoxious. Good name. I'll tell you what, Rob. Do me a favor. You post us a video of you hitting more and put it on YouTube for us. You can download videos, right? So we want to see you do more than that. And I mean, I don't care if you're weight class or age, just whatever. Let's see you do 25 reps. You can use whatever bar you want. But now, you're asking why I would use that bar? Well, simply because you want to rotate training stimulus. So yesterday I used the camber bar, which increases the range of motion. And I had an incline on the bench. So I was doing what's called lengthened partials, kind of living in this area. So now today I do the football bar, which is more for the arms. And then the next time I bench, I'll use the straight bar, and I rotate through all three of those. Kind of like with deadlifts, I rotate stiff leg, deficit pulls, trap bar, and then conventional. And we do those, and we rotate those three. And then for squats, I do camber bar squats. Well, I do a variety of squats, but usually I switch between camber bar and straight bar. which changes the center of gravity on the squat bar. So basically you have one day where I press disadvantaged and one day where I press advantaged and I overload, essentially. And then between the two of those, the idea is to get strong so on competition day, where it matters, that's the only lift that counts. Everything else is a gym lift. It's all training. You could say, well, that doesn't count because that bar doesn't. No, it's training, dumbass. You're working the muscle out. We're not competing in our garage, stupid. Hypertrophy. I don't believe you, Rob. I don't think that you can hit 25 for 29. I just don't think you can. At 135 pounds, that would put you really at an elite level powerlifting status. And I don't think you even participate in the sport. So until I see a video, it's all words. Say ya tabia blah blah. Vlad, what's up, brother? Sorry, I missed your comment. All right. Prophet Fear, Zyro's Garden, you are so, oh man, the comments are flying by. Some bitch, I lost it. Hypertrophy. Yeah, hypertrophy. That's where you get the bump and you build the muscle, it gets bigger. Let's do the Google definition of hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy refers to an increase in the size or volume of tissue or organ, particularly the muscles. It occurs when the cells within the tissue or organ enlarge rather than multiplying in number, so they get bigger. Muscle hypertrophy primarily is caused by exercise, specifically resistance training. When muscles are subjected to prolonged and intense stress, they adapt by increasing their size and strength. Other factors that can contribute to hypertrophy include hormonal changes, e.g. testosterone or growth hormone, nutritional factors, such as protein intake, or genetics. So we move the weight and the muscle gets bigger. Do it now, do it, yeah. Oh wait, you're 5'11 and 220 now, Rob? Dude, you're my weight class. You should come to Vegas and we should hop in the ring and go a few rounds. So you went from 135 to 220. That's cool. What time is it? 11:42. Hey, everybody, help me. I'm trying to get to 6,000 subscribers, so hook me up. If you like what you're listening to, there's more of this shit. You can listen to Rob make fun of me, even though he's not very good at it. Oh, shit. Stiff leg deficit pulls. How much of a deficit do you want me to work with, Prophet? What do you think, 4 or 8 inches? I love how it's always beginners who can't comprehend the purpose of variety and don't understand lifting transcends whatever bullshit they learned in their 5x5. Yeah, he's like a moron. He's like, those don't count because you're using a weird bar. I'm like, count for what? Exercise? Are you a moron? I'm going to go past toe touches. Show us the tag. Show us the tag. I'm not sure I understand that. So, oh, toe touches. You're saying toe touches. Okay. So I need probably about these will work. My trusty old oil change ramps. The most used piece of athletic equipment that I own, I bought it at AutoZone. The wedge comes off of them, so you drive up and that's the ramp. And you can pull the wedge off and it works great for squat ramps. Pant sizes don't measure the waist. What the hell are you guys talking about? He wants to see your cheeks. Well, yeah, everybody does. Throw me a few bucks and I'll show them to you. Yeah, I have like a 32-inch waist right now. These are 34-inch jeans, but right now I can cinch them down pretty good. That's uncomfortable. You're kind of weirdly obsessed though with some of the stuff I got going on. I mean, I have a wife. I do appreciate it. I don't even know what you look like, brother. First, you're 135, and you could bench 225 for 30 reps, which is bullshit. Then you're 220, 5'11", which I don't believe. And now you want to see my pant size. So I'm starting to wonder. Looking's free, but touching's going to cost you, brother. What does samurai look like? Did Japanese? Vlad, what's up? I can wear a 32 and my waist even close to a 32. All I know is that these are 34-inch jeans and they've been a little saggy on me. And I've cut a little bit of weight. So I don't know what to tell you. You know, my wife's in the chat. She's like, she could verify this stuff. Would you lie for me, baby? To impress some random weirdo on the internet who probably can't even lift? You know how I know you can't lift? Because people that are strong don't leave comments like you. I have never met an elite level athlete that has left a disparaging comment on anyone's page, ever. People that are truly skilled usually are very encouraging people. The haters are the ones that can't achieve or don't compete for whatever reason. So they try to shit on people that are actually doing it. Which is cool. I mean, if that's how you want to spend your time, I'll humor you. a second. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. Hey babe, you should see in the backyard. The two new girls are following Pumpkin around. It's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. They're literally all just following each other around in a little flock. Ricky, good job. You're doing great. What's up? Who's Ricky? Your flag is ripped. Yeah, that thing's in bad shape. That was hanging outside. I put a new one up. And my son's going to burn it when he does a ceremony with the Boy Scouts. I've actually got two of them. For now, I figured, you know what? I'll hang it up. I know. He's 50 years old and his pant size is 32. I don't really know why that's controversial. I'm 5'9". You want to see my license? Bew Murphy, mind if I ask for advice? Yeah, what you got? What's up? Let me do this set while you type your question in. Oh, hey, Prophet, check it out. I can actually rest the bar on the toes. I got the steels on. So if I want to just like do like a God damn, that feels good in the back. You guys want to get a better, bigger deadlift? This right here is what you should be doing the most of. Trap bar's fun and all for ego lifting. Conventional, obviously, you gotta be able to do the lift to perform the lift. But most bang for the buck, right here, this lift. My giant belly. Check it out. Hey, Rob. I cannot fucking breathe. Stiff leg deficit pulls. They'll really bump your conventional numbers up really, really well. The only people I've seen guess people's heights in lifting videos are weak, scrawny people who don't lift. He's been kind of at it for the last hour, and I'm just kind of like, you know, like, aw, you can hang out with us. It's okay. uh, Honestly, nobody's going to take you seriously, Rob, until you provide some receipts. We need to see some kind of pictures or video proof or something. No one's going to believe you. Because up until now, you've not said anything that would lead somebody who's a serious strength athlete to believe you participate. I look like Joe Rogan. Joe's almost 60. You know, people are like, man, his abs aren't looking that great these days. I'm like, motherfucker, like, yeah, you are some harsh people. Dude's gonna be 60 soon. Like, and he's still fucking getting it done, man. He is seriously athletic. Uh, okay, Bew. So I'm 6'1", 320 pounds, chubby guy, but trying to burn belly fat. My upper body strength is great. I'm a diesel mechanic, lift transmissions all day, 5 minimum plank. I could do calisthenics, handstands. So you're okay, you're strong. But what's the best way to burn belly fat and lose more weight? So I want to go for slow but more reps, less reps, faster. So here's the thing, man. You got to introduce some kind of cardio. The key is finding cardio you like doing. You got to get the heart rate up and you got to burn fat. So what I like to do personally is I like to set a timer, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I'll literally just hit the heavy bag or do something in that minute. Sometimes I'll do push-ups, hop up, hit the bag 10 times, do 10 push-ups, hop up, hit the bag. Calisthenics, burpees, mountain climbers, push-ups, sit-ups. Set that timer and go. The reason I like the heavy bag is because I'm not a treadmill guy. I can't stand treadmills. Walking is overrated. Underrated, I'm sorry. Just walking around the block with your dogs, you know, walk a mile or two. You know, you find ways to introduce caloric burns to your day, and you also need to start looking at dieting a little bit. I wouldn't do anything drastic. What I would do is I would total everything you eat write everything down you eat in a day. If you wake up in the middle of the night and maul a pint of ice cream, write it down. Whatever. Get a good picture of what you're eating on a daily basis, and then find ways of cutting into that a little bit. And it can be as simple as, I always say, like, mayonnaise from sandwiches. Get rid of that. Start using mustard. Get rid of coffee creamer. Stop drinking sodas. Find ways of dieting that is not drastic so you'll stick to it. And then you got to introduce cardio. That is the only way to burn fat. Unfortunately, there's no other way. It's either calories in, calories out, or the amount of calories you burn throughout the day. Now, some people say that they've had good results with introducing like high intensity training, like sets to failure, things of that nature. I found that even when doing HIT weightlifting, there's not enough of a calorie burn to really cut into visceral fat. I had to start doing cardio, and that's where I like the heavy bag. The heavy bag's easy. You set a timer for 3 minutes and punch the shit out of it, and you tell me that at the end of that 3 minutes, if your heart doesn't feel like it's gonna explode, and I think it's way better than the treadmill, personally. Let's see here. I found Gen X Gym Bro who looks like he smokes weed and puts deer into submission headlock. RT Huxley, welcome, brother. Profit Fear, Sam Silik looks like any other heavy gear user. Yeah, Sam looks like he does use a lot of drugs. No hate for me, though. You know what I like about Sam? He's not apologetic. He does what he does for him and nobody else. Everybody has a problem with him, but nobody ever asked him his opinion, you know what I mean? It's like we're all these sanctimonious, judgmental pricks who have a problem with what other people are doing, and we could take that same energy and focus it on making ourselves better instead of hating on other people, and it's like, but that's not as fun. Bew Murphy, it sounds funny, but I've been learning dance. Like, yeah, no, you're okay. B-boy and hip hop, no, absolutely, bro. That'll, going on chicken rice diet along with. The reason I don't harp on diet too much is because most diets are unsustainable. If you don't enjoy doing it, you're not going to stick with it. The reason I don't like treadmill is because I hate it. I was on a treadmill for what seemed like 40 minutes, and I checked the clock, and 10 minutes had gone by. I was thinking about ending my life. I was like, if this is the way I'm going to have to lose weight, it's just not going to happen. So you got to find ways that you got to find things that you are sustainable and things that you enjoy. Now, there's people that have medical conditions and they have to diet. Maybe you're a guy that's got to lose 100 pounds because your blood pressure is like 190 over 90 or something. That's different. Now we're talking about, having to take drastic measures. But for most of us, we want to find easy, sustainable, slow, steady, incremental improvements over time. Just like everything else. Learn to love yourself the way you are right now, but work on improving. It's I don't have to tell you, it's like this didn't happen overnight, and neither will your changes, but the more sustainable they are, the more lasting they're going to be. It sounds like you've got an excellent strength base already. Diesel mechanic. The only diesel mechanic I knew passed away, but that boy could pick a freaking house up, and he was built like a lion, like an NFL football player. He looked like he never missed a meal, but I'd never seen anybody with that much upper body strength. Let me tell you, he looks like he just slapped the teeth out of your mouth. I was gonna say dancing. I've been doing a little bit of that. It's great. A-marks. Yeah, man. Ripper. I love HIIT. Yeah, so Christina, my wife, she's a high intensity interval training advocate. And that works for her. You guys could ask her about it. I don't really do HIIT. I'll do it with her if somebody's doing it, but it's not really my thing. But that's another way you can integrate resistance training into cardio. And that would be a lot like I would imagine CrossFit. Hey boss, Happy New Year, and how's the surgery for dear Christina Ayush? Well, she's in the chat, and so far she is doing rather well. So Bew Murphy, it sounds like you are built like my wife's stepdad, who unfortunately passed away. But he was probably the strongest man that I've ever that in existence. The guy has in his garage, right? Diesel mechanic. He's got these welding tools, and like I'm in construction, I'm in industry in the trades, so I know welding equipment when I see it. But all his stuff was heavy duty shit. I think he worked on like Caterpillars and things of that nature. So he had this electrical cabinet that they use for storage, and they asked me to move it. I had a hard time pushing this motherfucker. I got my legs up against the wall, and I pushed it as hard as I could, and I managed to scoot it about 6 inches. Christina had told me that her stepdad literally bear clawed this thing, picked it up, and moved it. And I'm like, there's no way. This thing's got to weigh 400 pounds. Yeah, he was just that dude, like, but he was a big boy, like the pictures I saw of him, he was not skinny. No, not at all. Leviathan. Just like building a house one block at a time. Yeah, pretty much, I have friends that train that tell me you need the day off from everything, even walking 30 minutes. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, all of the good stuff that happens from all the hard training we do happens when we're recovering, when we're resting. If you don't get proper rest, if you don't get proper recovery, your body will eventually go into a catabolic state, and you'll start losing strength, and there's a bunch of bad downstream effects from that. Overtraining. Now, most people don't train hard enough to really worry about overtraining, but for those of us that do, you know it when it starts happening. You could get flu-like symptoms. You won't sleep properly, but you'll be constantly tired. There's just a lot. You'll start losing strength. It'll mess with your digestive system. For me, I get really bad bloating. People are like, your gut sticks out. And I'm like, yeah, it does. I get like, I eat a donut, I blow up like a puffer fish. You know what I mean? But when I'm fasted, I'm pretty shredded. 6 inches. That sounds a little big for me. Rip here. Have a good workout, my friend. Views. So I grew up BMX racing and MX racing. So bug thighs, got into mechanical and everything. So upper body, great legs, just chubby. And now I move fridges by myself. And used to move 9-inch rear axles for fun. Yeah, man. So you're a tank. So now you just want to get shredded. I have let me see this thing here. I'm gonna get it down without knocking my camera down. Oh, come here. Ah. This is my bad boy. You got a free agent. This is a BMX, old man BMX. It's a single gear. I could shred on this thing. I love this bike. It weighs about, I don't know, 15. It's all aluminum. Maybe it's, I don't know, it's not, I don't think it can be more than 20 pounds, but it's a fun bike. I like riding that thing. So you see the old guys riding the 24-inch class. All right, let's do this. What happened to Rob Noxious? Where'd he go, man? Did he give up? Still waiting for him to say something clever. Can't bail on me now. All right. So the key to this lift, so if you guys have a problem like bending over to pick it up, you can pick it up like a conventional deadlift, you know, and then once you get it in place, then do the stiff leg. Farts are a feature, not a bug. Christina, please rest. Probably as soon as you have to kick him. Just like how Messi kicks a football. Do you, what was the question here? Wait. Do you all own a farm? We're more like homesteaders. Asian in Africa. We got a nice big garden. I know we were talking about getting like some goats, little mini ones. Are you on TRT, street workout wear? A little more than TRT, but yes. Don't you feel bad when your buddy's in your salad? Yeah, there are pets. You know what I mean? They're family. I'm good with just the eggs. You look like a skinny version of Richard Simmons. Nice. I wish I had his fro, man. Think I could pull off Richard Simmons? I wear like the little tutu with the Vegas showgirl peacock feathers. Let's see. Anthony Arthur. I got an elbow injury about a month ago. Should I get back to working out? Well, what is the elbow injury? You know, we should probably discuss what the actual injury is. What do you think about the Liver King? You know, like, first of all, none of us for a second thought that guy was natural. But then when I saw I saw the Vigorous Steve. That's the guy who outed him because he tried to order his PEDs from Vigorous Steve, who's a trainer of bodybuilders and sort of a PED specialist. If you go online, he's kind of like he's a guy you would go to for. He's like a PED expert. He ordered, like, his drug protocol was more at one time than I've done combined in my entire life. And that guy had the audacity to say he was natural. First of all, he was colored red like a lobster, which is like a huge sign of like trenbolone or like halotestin or some other really hardcore drug. When you're permanently red like that, that's high blood pressure. His skin had that leathery look. Um, I would have loved to have seen what the Liver King looked like without that huge beard, because I think it covered up a lot of skin imperfections. He's just, dude, the guy's like crazy. Now, his training, I did watch his training, and aside from the stupid shit where he's got the vest on, carrying all that crap around and making his wife and kids follow him around, you could tell they looked really happy to be participating. His training was perfectly fine. He did a lot of, like squats, deadlifts, bench press, pull-ups. Like, it seemed like his training was fine. But it just, I don't know, just like the Liver King is like, not only was he a liar, he was like he did more drugs than Rich Piana. I never seen anything like it. Did you guys see the protocol that, like, when Vigorous Steve posted what he asked him for? It was like this Rich Piana stack of drugs, and then this guy's out there screaming that he's natural. And now he's just like, I think the guy's losing his mind. He's still posting videos, but he's like lost it. More like the Liver Failure King. Yeah, I mean, dude, the guy does a ton of drugs. Like, I'm not natural. I don't have a problem talking about it. That guy is like, I don't think I would live. I don't think I would live to be 51 if I was taking what he's taking. I don't really know how his body can sustain it. Anthony Arthur, I didn't see a doctor about it, but I cut down a tree with an axe yesterday. I didn't hurt at all, but I'm still scared to get another injury. So, did you have just tendonitis? Like, well, tell me about it. Like, so you're swinging what's what I would call a super schizoid, an axe. Uh, did you? What did you do? Did you strike it and it hurt your arm, or like what are we talking about? See, the Liver King, if he would have just said, "I'm not natural, but these supplements are awesome," I would like what is it called? The supplement line. I don't know if he's still. I think he got bought out. His part of the company. I'm not sure, but the guy, Christina, that guy you like with the long red hair that makes the funny videos. He endorses that supplement line. It's like ancient organs or something, and they're actually really good supplements. Like, they basically take cow like organs, and which are highly nutritious, like liver, heart, all that stuff, and they turn it into a supplement that you can put in your protein shake. So you get all the nutrients from eating organ meat, which is super good for you. Like, the Liver King wasn't wrong about that. That stuff is highly dense in nutrients and all sorts of goodies. It just tastes like ass, and it's fucking gross. If he would have just said, "I'm not natural, but my supplements kick ass," um, you know, he'd still be in business. I lifted a weight that was too heavy for just one arm. So you probably think that you got some tendonitis, would you say? So the only way to heal tendonitis is to just leave it alone and let it heal. And then it'll be stronger. But the problem is most of us live busy lives, and we just can't sit around and do nothing. You know what I mean? You got to work, you got to do whatever. The best thing I would say is, if you genuinely have tendonitis from like overstraining it, I would leave it alone for 2 weeks. And then after that, if it's still not healed, you might consider, and it probably wouldn't hurt to just, if the pain is bad enough, to tell a doctor about it, just to get his input. Mexican, what about it? Best food on the planet. Jordan, stay blessed. Love from London. Hell yeah. Like a 25 kilogram dumbbell. Oof. Um, the best thing I could say is I would try training light. Just be careful, and if it hurts, stop. If it hurts, leave it alone. The only way you're going to heal it is to let it heal. If I took creatine, can that stop me go peeing a lot? I have no idea. I'm not even sure. Credence Ledoux, is Mike O'Hearn natural? No. But he is laughing all the way to the bank. Let me tell you. This is what I'll say about Mike. Mike's got supreme genetics, and he probably, if he was 100% natural, would look really good. We all know I'm 50 years old. You cannot continue to gain muscle mass like me and Mike naturally. It's just not possible. It's good you can stay in shape. You can if you're not trained, you can put on muscle mass. So to say that you can't put muscle mass on after the age of 50 is absurd. But you're not going to look like Mike O'Hearn. It's just not going to happen. That being said, he has made a hell of a living on that lie, and that guy is rich. He's got a lot of money. So, like, every time I see him and every time he has one of those interviews, I'm just laughing the whole time thinking, man, you do you, brother. You can't hate on the guy. Laura Hoffman, what's up? No streets, you need to drink more water. Yeah, I agree with that. Mexican Warrior, what steroids this guy uses? Well, you could ask this guy, and he might tell you. Awaken with JP. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so if you watch that JP, he does a ad for supplements. That's the same supplement line that the Liver King owns. A highly rated, very highly rated supplement line. The Rock is natty. the The Rock is as natural as Pamela Anderson. Do you think it's necessary to take supplements after 40 years? Honestly, Street, it just depends what your goals are. I know plenty of guys my age that are 100% natural. One of them pops in on my chat. His name's Body Beatdown. He's 53 years old. He's got a 400 plus pound bench. He's 100% natural. And, dude, kicks ass. I compete. I'm a powerlifter. I'm training to break some records. And I think I have a really good shot at getting into the USPA Hall of Fame, maybe. And so I'm willing to take some risks. I would say this. If your goal is just to look better and be a little bit more in shape, and you do suffer from low testosterone, I think that every man should explore or at least look into that option because it will improve the quality of my life exponentially. Now, above TRT, taking more than that, if you don't have a specific goal, if you're not a strength competitor, if you're not a bodybuilder, if you're not doing something that would, there's a risk involved in it. Just to look better, I don't know if it's worth the risk. So I would not advocate for the use of steroids for somebody that's just trying to get into better shape at all. It's just too hard on you. Like, why would you put yourself through that? Night Lords versus Mozgus Disciples. I'm gonna go with Night Lords. Airtis. Xyle Fu, you're a freaking buff, dude. Nice job. Are you all natural? No. I'm 50 years old, brother. I'm not Eddie. I'm a U.S. Marine. Been in 24 years. I'm on testosterone. Semper Fi, brother. Hell yeah. What do you think about it? How do you feel? 24 years? Damn. You old salty leatherneck. They put you in a case that says break only in time of war. Gunny Highway over here. Street workout wear. Thanks, I think the same. Yeah. Zyro, are you gay? Well, you've been talking to me for a long time, buddy. Are you just coming around to that question? My wife's in the chat. He's asking me if I'm gay. Stone Cold Steve Harvey. Lamont Fowler. Let's get some more weight on the bar. Let me ask you something. What is it with people that spell gay, Gey? Is that so they don't get the flagged by YouTube? I guess I'm old school because it bothers me when people don't spell things correctly. You know, it's funny. I was watching a show about ancient civilizations like cuneiform and hieroglyphic, and they were, they're comparing like levels of technology, like ancient Egypt and the Sumerians, like that kind of thing. And they were looking at like the languages they use, and they were drawing a parallel to the trajectory of our Western civilization and how we're all getting dumber. So now that we're using mobile devices, we no longer know how to communicate in proper English, and we're starting to use like emojis, like smiley faces and symbols. And if you look at the variety of emojis and symbols, it looks like cuneiform and hieroglyphics. So I wonder if at some point the Sumerians and the Egyptians and the ancient civilizations actually had at one time the ability to write eloquent declarative sentences, and they just got dumber and dumber to the point where they had to look at pictures on the menu. Burger, like you can't type hamburger, you have a little picture of like Ronald McDonald or something, and it's like, we're just getting stupid. You got your mom's blouse on backwards. When I stole it out of your closet, I forgot to ask you how to put it on. A-marks, isn't that interesting? Yeah, just something I thought about because, like the younger generations, like they can't spell, they don't know how to use punctuation, you can't diagram their sentences properly, but my daughter can literally type an entire sentence in emojis and she can read it like I'm reading this right in front of you, and it just blew me away. And I'm like, you guys are speaking a language I don't understand. It's crazy. Then I heard the first time on Rogan. I wouldn't be surprised if Rogan didn't touch on that. How come you are so fortful when you are so buff at the same time? That's not the stereotype I need. B-Raid, what's up, brother? No contest, still going. I'm 1 mil twice a week. Okay, yeah, 1 mil twice a week. So it's what, 250 or 200? And probably too much, but I can see the difference at my age. I love this stuff, to be honest. Plan on retiring in 4 years. Lieutenant Colonel, sir. My brother-in-law, he was the commanding officer at the Monterey Language School, Navy. He was a captain. I don't know. He was up for admiral, but I don't know. I think he retired. My sister was a petty officer, and they were fraternizing when they first met in Japan. He was a lieutenant, and she was a petty officer second class. So she actually wound up getting out of the Navy, and they wound up getting married. And then he stayed in, and he was up for admiral. They were both crypto specialists, or whatever the MOS in the Navy is for crypto. something to do with communications. I was an artillery marine, 0844, 5th Battalion, 11th Marines. Just a just a just a dumb old dumb old jarhead, cran eating. I love it though. All of us are still in touch. A lot of the guys they follow me on, they're subscribers to my page. We all get together. They come to Vegas. We all still talk. Uh, Asian in Africa, I don't even have a bench for pressing. I just use an office chair fashioned with some kind of metal rods in my backyard. What I would do is try to rig up a floor press. Like you see those blocks that I'm standing on? Those are oil change ramps. You could set the weights on something like that and get underneath it to do floor pressing. That might be a little bit safer than like an office chair because the office chair could give out on you. I've seen that happen. But hey, you use what you got, right? Do you know how to take my deadlift from 400 to 430? Yes. Do exactly what I'm doing now, and I will demonstrate here in about 2 minutes. You're strong, but how much snow can you push? Well, I grew up in Chicago, so I'm no stranger to snow. The reason I can't spell is that I'm dyslexic and I'm not native English. Oh, and don't think for a second. Is it is it Chow? XIOU? Or XIAO? Is that Chow? I wasn't talking about you at all. I was generalizing. There was another person that he had spelled a pejorative kind of funny, and it made me think of that. It was nothing you said or did, so that was not aimed at you at all. Nice delts, bro. Do you recommend Anavar? Um, my wife just got done with surgery, and she's on HRT, and I want her to do a cycle of Anavar. I think it will help heal her. Um, Anavar, I mean, it's hard to say. I don't advocate for steroid use. I need to make that clear. What I advocate for is if you've got goals and you feel like you have to do something to reach them, there's nothing wrong with that. If you choose to use PEDs, I advocate for safe usage. Mitigate risk as much as possible. Go through a doctor. We literally, almost every single live stream, tell you guys what our clinic is. It's Helix HRT. You can go online. They're here in Vegas, but if you're in the United States, you can go online. They will set you up with blood work. They will get you any prescription you need to include Anavar, Anadrol, all of that. Depends on, laws and where you're living and that kind of thing. Um, Helix, yes, Helix in Las Vegas. Grant Gessler, yeah. They do the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang. And then you could safely do it under doctor supervision, which will help mitigate the risk. They do things like you want to monitor your blood pressure. The number one thing that kills men over the age of 50 is high blood pressure. What do steroids do? Raises your blood pressure, increases your red blood cell count. What do? We give blood twice a year. We monitor our blood pressure every day. We get our blood work done every 6 to 8 weeks and make sure that our triglycerides or organ markers are good to make sure, you just want to get a baseline and see if things are trending up or down, or then you can make adjustments if necessary, and you're not just turning yourself into a science project for no reason. So if anything, I'm just advocating for safe, responsible use. I don't see anything wrong with the use of PEDs. They've changed my life, and everything's better for me. I have nothing negative to say about it. And I don't think that a 50-year-old man needs to apologize for not being natural. It's like, what would you have me do? Just like get fat and die on the couch? Maybe I'll take golf up. Come on, man. I got young kids. You're such a chill dude. I love to see you, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, throw me a subscription. Stick around, brother. Asian in Africa. Do you ever get bored of answering the same old questions from new people in the chat? Yes, it was very frustrating, but I got to thinking about it, and rather than get upset about it, I've decided I'm going to try to embrace it as much as possible because I want people to have good information. I'm going to do my part at least to be as transparent as possible. Alessandro Farsi. Did I say that right? Alessandro Farsi. Love from Italy. Golf wouldn't want you. I thought it was crazy. Golf wouldn't want you. Oh, see, that's the other thing. Bruh. B-R-U-H. Like, when did we start spelling phonetically? Like, it used to be B-R-O, which is short for brother. B-R-O-T-H-E-R. Now they spell sounds. Blah. B-R-A-U-G-H. Like, when did that trend start? So now we're speaking in hieroglyphics and we're spelling words phonetically. He's a freak in the sheets, boys. Well, I don't know about all that. Mohammed, you're still waiting. What are you waiting on, brother? Did you miss a question? Zyro, how do you know? Aaron, just thought you would enjoy a different question. LOL. So I must have missed a couple questions. And I do apologize for that. Show me, please. Sir, do you know how to take my deadlift? Oh, yes. I was going to demonstrate. So, I'm sorry, Mohammed. So this is the stiff leg deficit pull. Deficit being the key word. So, I'm standing on a 10-inch platform. Why? Well, because I want to be able to touch my toes with the bar. I want this bar to pull pull my lats. Nice stretch at the bottom. So I'm going to do this with a stiff leg. So I'm going to hinge the hips and touch my legs. Now on the way up, you can bend the knees and pull it like a conventional pull. A little easier on the back. What this is going to do, I like to do these as heavy as possible, and this has direct carryover to my conventional deadlift. I'm going to tell you right now that this lift is responsible for me going from a 600-pound deadlift to almost 700 pounds in about a year. I haven't hit 700 in competition. I've hit 720 on the trap bar a few times, and I've hit about 680, 685 in the gym, but I fully expect to be able to hit 700 pounds in March. If I don't get 700 in competition, I will consider it a failure. Normally I pull with the grip. Once it gets too heavy to hold, you can change to supinated. When you pick the weight up, it's okay to bend your knees until you get in the straight position. We're just going to touch our toes and allow that stretch. Nice and slow. Whew. Burns them back straps, boys. And your lats, too. Ooh, that's a whole back movement right there. Phew. Trained to change the Renaissance man. Hey Chuck, my man, loving the lives. Just done my first 2025 session. Good to see you getting good content. Oh, my brother, how you doing? My good friend, Trained to Change. He's in the chat. Check his page out. Give him a subscription. Good friend. I haven't seen you in a long time, brother. I'm going to check your channel out real quick. So he's got 231 subscribers. Let's get those numbers up. This guy's awesome. Good trainer, good friend. Body beatdown in the house. I would consider you two both Trained to Change and the Body Beatdown to be kind of kindred spirits, Renaissance men, men who are into a lot of different things, have aptitudes for a lot of different talents, both natural. Not that that matters. I mean, I wouldn't care if you were or weren't. Mohammed, sorry for the disturbance. There's no disturbance. None whatsoever, friend. Whew. Nice work, man. Good luck on the competition. Is it your first time? No. No, this will be my second meet over the age of 50, and I'm hoping to break some records. I've been competing since I turned 40, which is, that was about 10 years ago. Let's see. Doing good, brother. That's good to hear, man. You kind of disappeared on me for a while. I hadn't seen you in any of my updates. Or maybe I disappeared on you, and if that's the case, I apologize. You know what YouTube does? It seems like we all have a ton of people we subscribe to, and if you talk to those people regularly, they pop up in your feed. But if you forget to, visit them, they kind of fall off, and then they won't show, and then you don't get like me, I'm really bad with like going down my subscriber list and showing everybody love like I should. And I'm sorry for that. Gamer Josh, what's up? Got any tips on sleep? You tell me, man. My sleep is horrible. This is what I say. No matter if you suffer from bad sleep, what I would do is honestly get up at the same time every day, regardless of how much sleep you got. So say you only got an hour's sleep and the alarm's going off, get up. Get up at the same time every day, and eventually your body will fall into a rhythm. And then you might have to eliminate things like caffeine, in the afternoons, that kind of thing. Chest and triceps today. I didn't take my old man nap today, so I'm tired. I hit chest earlier. I just did a set of 225 to failure on the football bar. I think I hit it for 25 reps, so that's pretty good. A-Marks, just subbed to Train to Change. That's awesome. Gamer Josh, how was your day? Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I went to work. We have a job going on. We only have one job currently. It's just New Year's, so I didn't really need to be on site, so I came home to train. And I haven't heard from anybody, so I think we're good. Street workout wear, I follow you. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Happy 2025. Man, yeah. Advice, don't take advice about sleep from me. That's what my wife says. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. And take care of me. I probably should. How long have I been online, babe? All right, what am I going to do? 315, that's about as heavy as I really need to go with these. I think what I'll do is I'll drop down to 225 and we'll do a set. This is a lift you don't like, so imagine I can pull with the better part of 700 pounds. That's 315 pounds on the bar. You would think, well, that's not very heavy. Well, you are in a compromised position. Not only are you bent all the way over, but you're at a deficit, so your back is stretched out, and you're stretching your lats and everything at the bottom of this lift. So you don't need a ton of weight on the bar to get good effects from this. See, because the thing is like, I could go heavier. I could put 405 on the bar, but then it's going to look sloppy, and I'm not going to have proper form, and that defeats the purpose of doing this exercise. I think I asked you this before, but what's your max bench? Dude, I hit 225 on the football bar for I think like 25 reps today. So if that's the case, it puts me like right around 410 pounds. I was hitting 405, but all of my rep ranges are going up. So I think I can probably do more than that. I haven't maxed out. I think what I'll do is I'll do 4 days of rest, and we're starting this Candido 6-week training program for competition. I'm going to try to do like a 95% max bench press, which should be able to tell me in a ballpark within like 5 or 10 pounds of what my max is. Without, putting myself at too much risk of injury. I would rather see you guys do like max effort triples or doubles, or even like 4 or 5 reps instead of max singles, because you can do the math and get your max rep from that. And it's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about injuring yourself. Oh, feel that stretch. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. God, I hate that lift. You were a Marine. How dare you? I am a Marine, damn it. Factor meal prep. Any good? I love the iron plate sound. Russ P, what's up? Let me see, what would be a good use of the bar? I'm trying to think of an accessory I can do using the same equipment. Oh, you know what? There we go. Normally I don't like to use straps, but I want to kind of wrap it out. You haven't eaten yet, just open the box. Keep us posted. I gotta go. Have a good rest of your day. Hell yeah, gamer. I appreciate it. Probably post a review later. What do you think? Has war in Ukraine stopped with Trump? I sure hope so. How long you train for? When I'm talking to you guys, Damon, it seems like it's like a couple hours, but normally I can get my workout done in like 35, 40 minutes when I'm not, chatting it up with other people. Oh, I love figure eight straps. They're just so much easier. I mean, I don't really need these. I can actually lift this barbell without even my thumbs, But you don't want your grip to be your limiting factor. After a while, your hands get tired. So strap up. Just make it easy. Do a max. Do a max what? Much love from upstate New York. Dylan. Glad you're still happy and keeping that passion. Yeah. Deadlift? I just did stiff leg deadlifts. And I'd have to work up to damn near 700 pounds. I don't really have the time to do that. It'll be another hour of training before I got that. Let's see. How are you so jacked but still have the barrel? Still have the barrel. I feel like I have a criticism coming here. Oh, goody. What's the difference between a blonde and a mosquito? A mosquito stops sucking when you smack it. What kind of truck do you drive? My wife's got a Tahoe, and I drive a Chevy Colorado. I like her Tahoe better, although the Colorado gets better gas mileage. I drive a GT Mustang. That's what kind of truck I drive. They're both gas. Love my Tahoe. Yeah, that thing's a beast. Old Bessie. I want to go with like a little bit of a snatch grip on these. Baby, they're making fun of my tummy again. Nice peach. Oh. They're being mean to me. I can't think of one occasion where I've ever gone onto another person's stream and pointed out something about their physique. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with you or whatever? Like, who does that? It's just so weird. You gotta find like the one thing that Larry Wheels is insecure about and forget the fact that he just like pressed 405 for a set of 20. They point out like, why does your belly button stick out? Or you're like, fucking assholes. YouTube. What a bunch of dickheads. Zyro. We all know what that means. Yeah, baby. Larry's so bad spotter. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. He's a horrible spotter. Adrian. What's going on? All right, man. I'm just about done here. Take my hat off. Starting to get a little sweaty. All right. Glory, glory, hallelujah. I love when people come on the stream and they're like, do a max deadlift, bro. Like, that's just something you just, like, pull out of your ass. All right. Man, I feel like shit. I'm just stuffed up. 12:52. That's weird doing it with the deadlift bar. It was like wobbly. Nap time, hell yeah. Snuggle time. Grant, hate is gonna hate. We love him though. The only thing I ask, if you're gonna troll, you gotta be clever. So we can all have a good laugh together. Somebody came on my page the other day and said, you can't overhead press for 13 reps. And I'm like, that's a weird number. Very specific. Why 13? And why would you say, 1, I can't do it. 2, why would you care? 3, what do I get if I do? You know what I mean? Like, do I get a cookie? Amigo, your shoulders don't seem to be rotating equally. Yeah, I actually blew this shoulder out. You know what? I'm going to take you up on that, herp-a-derp. I'll ask my wife to look at the video, and she can work out the imbalance if you see one. Yeah, I know. Actually, you're probably right. I've noticed I've been staying away from bench press. I've been using the football bar a lot lately because when I was using the regular barbell, I noticed some discomfort. And I had blown this shoulder out before. And it took me a year of physical therapy to get to where, I could articulate full range of motion, touch my hands together and around the back, that kind of thing. Like, come here, I can do it. I can touch its fingers. Not have any impingements. But I still get a little bit of a clicking sometimes. So I don't know what needs to be released. I don't feel any pain, but it's very unnerving. Finally gonna ask me, well, I'll be honest with you, babe, I don't really think about it. When he points it out, he says that, okay, your shoulders don't seem to be rotating equally. Babe, okay, check it out. Hold on. I got you on film. I'll just do another couple presses, and you tell me. I'll widen my grip a hair. What's up with your teeth? Actually got a little more coffee on them, huh? Hey. Is that better? Okay. Thank you. How much weight was that? This is 135. Well, no, what he was saying was that my shoulders weren't rotating evenly. Either way, I mean, I probably could use a massage. I've been pressing a lot lately. Can you give me one more rep with just the bar? Yes. Get my wrist straight. How was that? No, they weren't. I will use my magic. Right on. That's what Rob said he weighed. Yeah, first he weighed 135 pounds and could bench press 225 for 39 reps. And then he weighed 210. Not sure though. Well, here's what I can tell you, Herper. You are right. I did injure my shoulder. I blew it out pretty bad. So I'm sure there's an imbalance. And I'll definitely take you up on that because my big fear is I'll be competing on March 15th. And believe me, every time I get under the barbell, I'm thinking, I keep thinking this could be my last one. I don't take it for granted, you know what I mean? I try to be careful. I try to make sure I don't have any pain, but it's just like one of those, you know, you just never know, man. Why did the snowman have a smile? KAZ 2025. Because the snowblower was coming. But nothing major, looks a little tight. And you're probably right. I've been benching a lot. I've been benching, so I've increased. I'm doing what's called a conditioning block. I start my program this week, a 6-week. I'm doing the Candido 6-week strength program. And up to now, I've been doing really high rep, moderate weight, like 50%, 1 rep max for like 50 reps. Just trying to, like, you know, really condition everything. I've been rotating through the barbells. So I'll do camber bar one day, football bar, and then straight bar. And, you know, same thing with squats and deadlifts, just really conditioning, just lightweight, high reps, just getting the body used to it. Now we're going to start our program, and I'm no spring chicken. You know, I'm not old, but 50, so I can't take things for granted like I used to, you know. So anytime you guys point something out like that, even if I do get a little butt hurt sometimes, I still take it into consideration. Do you have anxiety sometimes? Yeah. Yes, I do. You're awesome, man. I wish you the best, and I'm sure you'll do great. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. All right. I need to get inside. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Throw me a subscription if you want to see more of this nonsense. We usually keep it pretty light. Try to keep it funny. I do Muay Thai training, powerlifting. Sometimes I paint Warhammer figurines. I don't know. Or don't. Either way, hope to talk to you again. Love you guys. See you on the battlefield.